But we were talking before this started about how it's so much more fun to wake up in the morning when you've got a mission and something you believe in, and something that's for everybody, right? Men, women, children, that they can listen to your content and grow.
And, after a while I did that and people started posting in there, like their wins and the things we're struggling with. Nice. I'm like, good Lord, man, what is going on? You know what's really hard is you look at all these shows, right? And this is for the audience too, man. It's like everybody wants to start something big, but then they look at all these other celebrities, right? How great they are at what they do, and how many and how many listens and how much fame. But you gotta realize these people had celebrityism. Is that a word? I don't think it's a word, but they were already celebrities. So I don't want to say it's easy, but it's easier for someone like Joe Rogan to launch something, for Maria Menounos to launch something. You go to the movies and you see her all the time on the trivia thing, right? True. And for me, dude, still am, but a nobody creating something out of thin air.
Goated Podcast, special guest today. So pumped. This was a buzzer beater, and if you're a goat, you got to hit buzzer beaters every once in a while. This is my best buzzer beater ever, I think. But
come on, man.
I'm blessed. We have Shawn French in the building. So pumped for that. He is viral on Instagram, social media. He is one of the best podcasts I've ever listened to. Changed my life. I started listening the last couple of days as we were preparing, and I'm like, subscribe. I need to get alerts. I need to get everything set up, and then I need to try to take him to lunch today after this and try to learn some more. Pumped he's in Southwest Florida. I want to hear about that because I just started to hear the buzz and prepare for this. But thanks so much for joining today.
Dude, it's an honor, man. Thank you for having me, and thank you for listening. And we always try to bring real conversations and value to the world, because I think there's too many shows out there that don't really focus on that. It's more rapid fire questions, kind of sultry content. And while we have a full platform, I don't judge where you're at, what you believe. We just had a medium on the other day, and he was an incredible human being, and we just try to provide the most content for everybody to enjoy and find a place they can come and not be judged, but also awesome. help them in their lives.
Yeah. No, that's our mission too. We have grown into that, but we were talking before this started about how it's so much more fun to wake up in the morning when you've got a mission and something you believe in, and something that's for everybody, right? Men, women, children, that they can listen to your content and grow. They can learn something about being great and having a right mindset when it's constantly bombarded. You're constantly bombarded in this world with negativity, with fear, with surrender, and the surrender mentality. So I love what you do.
Well, thank you. Thank you. You get on the social media platforms and you see the algorithm, and it's a complete opposite of unification. Yeah. And we work really hard. When I say we, me and my team, to bring great conversations and unify people, because at the end of the day, I think people truly do want to be inspired, but they're stuck, man. Yeah. They're stuck in the arguing on social media, trying to be right about everything. Like, man, when did it stop that you could have an opposite opinion somebody and still respect them and be friends?
Exactly.
But now, I thought COVID was the height of it. Man, that was just the baseline, bro. Yeah. That was the baseline of divisiveness. True. And, we work really hard to try to bring it back around the other way. But, hey, we're doing our best.
I love it. Yeah, the unity is where the strength is built, right? Your team, you talked about already, is crucial. Who you put around you. We talked circle of influence and choices you want to make every day. I want to hear how you got started. So you just had Jay Leno. You've had Tiger Woods' caddy, which I want to hear about.
That was really cool, dude. I forgot about. I didn't forget about him, but I didn't put two and two together. Like, you'd be really interested in that one. Yeah,
that was awesome to watch.
How I got started.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious, man. Long process. I'll try to be brief. But so guys, forgive me if I don't give you everything.
Yeah.
But I there was years ago, probably in February will be 5 years.
Okay.
And I was successful in my sales career and, making good money, and me and my family didn't want for anything. And it was cool. I thought that was neat. But the one thing that I was missing was actual fulfillment. And I couldn't figure out what it was. And, I started to do some deep work, man. I'm like, I want to invent something. Why can't I invent something? Why couldn't have been the dude that invented the shoelaces? Like, that would be like a really cool invention. Like, every shoe needs them. So, like, I would go deep down in that realm. And, I came in contact with my old friend, Rainbow Lackey. And I've known her from, my California days. Really, really awesome human being. Just boss girl, dude. Boss. She's awesome. And she started working with this company called Melaleuca. And it's this online store, where it's not like the pyramid thing or the network marketing, but it's direct sales. So, people go there, buy clean products, etc. And at that time, I'm like, I just want more money, right? I want to provide something special with my family. Yeah. So whatever I was making, I wanted extra. So that just took care of the bills and then some. And then I had this extra pile
surplus,
over here, so I could have some fun.
Yeah.
Vacations and all that kind of stuff. And she linked me up with this, their social influencer named Natalie. I apologize. Natalie. And, man, she's like, you got to create a personal brand. I'm like, what's that?
Advice, yeah.
Like, what is a personal brand, right? Like, who am I? Who cares? And so she goes, well, I want you to post a picture on your stories in Instagram. And I want you to put, a question box. What's the first word that you think of when you see me? And of course, my friends do. They had some funny stuff, like stuff that will crush your. Come on, man! Talk about vulnerability. That was my first lesson.
I love
it. Some of it hurt my feelings, but a lot of the responses were coach, discipline, determination, and there started to be a large skew towards some derivative of the word determined or determination. So I was like, okay, this is what the people think. And she goes, okay, great. That's your personal brand. I'm like, makes zero sense to me, right? And so she got frustrated with me at one point. I read it as frustration, and she was like, what do you want, Shawn? Like, seriously, what do you want in this world? I was like, I want to wake up in a world where people wake up and chase their dreams, do what they said they were going to do long after the emotion wears off. And I don't think anybody's doing that right now. I don't say anybody, but a lot of people are just shutting down.
Yeah.
Which is great. Make a Facebook page called Determined Society. I'm like, that's so lame. That sounds so bad. It's missing something. So I said, it's missing the word the. So I started, imagine this. I started going on lives on my Facebook group, right? After I built it and buzzed it a little bit, teased it. First day we had like 100 people request to join. I'm like, this is weird. Like who wants to hear what I have to say? And so I started doing these lives in the gym parking lot at 4:30 in the morning. It's like, dude, you idiot. Who's watching this?
4:30.
But what happened is when people woke up, they went straight there, and then getting the inspiration. Thank you. I'm headed to the gym now. I'm doing this now. I'm going to take this leap with this hard conversation with my spouse now. I'm going to start leading different with my kids now. And I'm like, I was talking about the gym.
Yeah.
Right? I didn't understand the correlation. And, after a while I did that and people started posting in there, like their wins and the things we're struggling with. Nice. I'm like, good Lord, man, what is going on? And so one day I'm driving down the interstate and it hit me. It's like one of those moments where you see numbers. Like it was like, am I hallucinating here? I was, it's like smelling colors and everything. I'm like, well, this is weird. And so I was like, dude, this is not just a Facebook page. This is a podcast. And I've always wanted movement. Amazing. And I wanted to do a podcast for a very long time. But for the audience listening is everybody goes and says, oh, I don't have this. I don't have the equipment. I don't have all these things like all these other shows and podcasters. And so I made the decision that I wasn't going to allow that to stop me anymore. It's like, let's start looking at what if it did work. And so that day, that day is just taking action, right? So that day I, went on Anchor app and I created the Determined Society. And I recorded my first show, in my den out of my phone and was like, hi, this is Shawn. Welcome to Determined Society. I don't know if you're listening. I hope you are. I hope you like it. And I started with this vision of the show about, interviewing local people that have been very successful, whether they were state championship coaches or businessmen and women. And I wanted them to give that recipe for success that they created for themselves to the public so they can go out and enrich their lives.
Yeah.
And after that, I realized it was very noisy in my house. 3 kids, right? My youngest was like 6 months old at the time. Yep. And I started recording in my car, dude.
Really?
I was recording in
on the phone?
Yeah, on the phone.
Love it.
And, it was before I learned that I can hit do not disturb.
Yeah.
And people would call me and I have to start recording again. I was getting really frustrated, but I would record after I worked out and I had like a download or whatever. Because I use that time for my prayer and my active meditation.
Yeah.
It was like that for a very long time, like 18 listens a show, like nothing big, right? And then I moved it into the house because I learned that I could upload Zoom videos to Anchor and it would go to, it would transfer the audio to Apple and to Spotify. So I started just inviting people. And I did that for a good 1.5, 2 years. And then I would say maybe a year ago this June, my partners and I decided that we were going to move this out of my house. Started doing it in public venues. We used the Omni in Fort Myers, the gym, and then we did some stuff at a local Irish pub. I did 9 episodes in one day up in Jacksonville Beach. It was so crazy. I had a headache the whole day.
9-hour podcast.
Dude, 9 25-minute bangers, like boom, 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 like NFL players, entrepreneurs. Amazing. It was really cool. But it just started to really grow, man. And, now we're here, full production team, fully branded studio and making some ripples in the ocean, man.
How many average listens now? 5 years in?
Oh my gosh. A month? Cause it's hard, each show, I would say right now we're approaching 700,000.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah. It's a blessing. It's a blessing.
Yeah. I saw a couple and I was yesterday, Dearborn texted and I'm like, would love to get goated. This guy's goated. I watched videos and I'm like,
man.
And the comments are always, he's the goat. He's the goat. And I know you're humble and you said,
I'm not. Joe Rogan's the goat. I'm not the goat, but if I can touch close to the sun where he's at, then I've done my job.
He kills it.
He's great.
He's a grinder too, man. That just the volume, we know how hard it is, and to coordinate schedules and visitors and everything.
Do you know what's really hard? You know what's really hard is you look at all these shows, right? And this is for the audience too, man. It's like everybody wants to start something big, but then they look at all these other celebrities, right? How great they are at what they do and how many and how many listens and how much fame. But you got to realize these people had celebrityism. Is that a word? I don't think it's a word, but they were already celebrities. So I don't want to say it's easy, but it's easier for someone like Joe Rogan to launch something, for Maria Menounos to launch something. You go to the movies and you see her all the time on the trivia thing, right? True. And for me, dude, still am, but a nobody creating something out of thin air. So I encourage people, if you have an idea, it doesn't matter if you're a celebrity or you're not, like it matters your intention and how hard you're willing to work and how much you're willing to sacrifice to get it, man.
Yeah. You said that 2-year buffer too, and that's the business. Like if you can get through in certain realms, it's always that 16 months to 24 months that if you can grind through that with 13, 50 listeners, 100 listeners, same thing in business. If I could grind through selling 8 putters or selling 14 polos, now we're at 1,000 polos a month or a couple thousand.
That's amazing, dude.
You got to grind through it, but it's hard.
You have to.
And if you don't have the mentality, the goated mentality to grind through the losses, grind through the knockdowns, the people hating or whatever it is, the comments, like reading comments can defeat people right away. I got people with good businesses I'm consulting and they're like, I read the comments. I think I got to stop. I'm like,
stop. Hire someone to read the comments for you. Don't do it, man. Again.
They're like, what, you didn't see they said about you? I'm like, no, I haven't looked in years.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. No, that's amazing. And I'm pumped to learn from you and meet you in person.
Heck yeah, and you can definitely take me to like a brunch afterwards. I got time. Let's do it. I need some eggs, baby. Need some eggs.
Tell me about, so in your life in that journey, who was a mentor? You mentioned a couple. You mentioned the first phone call you made, which was pivotal, to kind of to encourage you to start a brand and make yourself a brand. Yeah. But books or authors or...
That's a great question. So, I look back at those times where I would be in the gym listening to Andy Frisella's old show, MF CEO Project. I just loved how raw he was. I loved how he shared his vulnerable journey of painting, lines in a parking lot, taking turns with his partner, sleeping on a mattress they had in the back, and only selling $80 worth of supplements that day. And he gave this blueprint. And he always said, I don't care about telling everybody what I did because no one's going to do it. You're not going to do it. I hope you do, but you're not. And like, I'm one of those guys that did do it because he inspired me to go out there and start something. And then I would also have to say there's a lot of people that came along the way that inspired me for a brief moment, but then I realized we're not in alignment. But the one person, and I don't give her enough credit, man, is my wife. I talk about her a lot on my show. If you listen, I'm always mentioning my wife. I think I definitely do a good job of keeping her at the forefront. But she always told me, like when I was discouraged, just keep being yourself. People will see it. I'm like, that's not how this business works. Yeah. I need to go purchase this, coach. I need to do this. I need to do that. While mentors are great, but it's the essence of who you are as a person. And eventually what she said came to pass. It took 4.5, 5 years.
Yeah.
But she was right. So I would have to say, this whole platform is because she supported me.
So good.
And yeah, dude. I mean, even through the financial struggle too, man. She was just white knuckling it.
It's so good. That's a good word for me, because I had Corey last episode, and I said, "Who's your GOAT?" And we've had Michael Jordan. We've had all these answers, right? Yeah. Tiger Woods. He's like my wife. And I was like, man, I don't give my wife enough credit either, because I say we stream every day on a live selling platform, and I'll give her credit on there, but not enough on ever, right? Yeah. My wife, and I say frequently, I had a coach tell me, I coached for a long time, I had a coach tell us as a team, the biggest decision you'll make is your relationship with Jesus. Your second biggest decision in your life is going to be who you marry. Yep. Because we're all in high school, and even in college, I'd hear those things, dating. But I am with you on that, because there aren't many GOATs that didn't have a partner at home that was supporting, that was intelligent, that was being fed, that was a grinder like us, because you have to have that support system. Sure. And your circle of influence starts right there. And I wish I would have included that in the booklet that everyone gets, but I'm going to make I have edits for the next round of 100,000 books. Yeah, reprint. Because that is a crucial thing. And it's the same thing in your team scenario, right? You got guys that are all-stars that sometimes aren't the best fit for a team, right? And that don't align with you or don't have the same goals. So it's through the realm of home to business. Sure. You've done a lot of business coaching. What's the best story you've seen from someone just grinding through adversity and creating a monster or a...
So I'm working with a couple people now. Okay. I'm very choosy with who I work with on a one-on-one basis. I have this couple, Zach and Robin, out in Australia. Nice. I met them through a mutual friend's death. Okay. And I'm working with them, and they're starting their brand, and they're really grasping everything I say. I'm like, hey, go just small things, man, because like that's the thing. It's just little things, man. You have this room in your house. What's it look like? Can you show me? And they show me. I'm like, okay, make it your podcast room. Like, make this the room that you guys create, that you're inspired. The next day, they're sending me videos of them picking up a couch. I love it. And it's heartwarming to see. And then they go, hey, how do I do sponsors? Here's how you do it when you start, because you're not going to get the big brands when you start. No. And so then, with the people I coach intimately, I give them my template. I do. Awesome. Like, a lot of coaches won't do that. No. They keep that to themselves. Yeah. No. Well, that's extra. No. I'm giving it to them. They've got their own build out. They've already contacted Sony for, donating equipment. So there's stories like that. But then, man, I got to tell you, Michelle O'Neill, she's one of the most high-powered family law attorneys in the United States of America. She lives in Dallas, Texas, and I'm so damn proud of her. Like, I cannot tell you, man, like, she started this a podcast called The Fifth Move, and it's all about strategy and all that kind of stuff. And I started working with her maybe about a month and a half ago. Her first guest was David Meltzer. Then she just interviewed Tim Story yesterday, and Dan Fleischman, and all these different, I hooked her up with post-production, and just to see her jumping in and trying something new. She's an attorney.
Uncomfortable.
And now she's doing this and being edified. She sent me the video behind the scenes, edified by Tim Story on the show, of why he and David Meltzer are backing her. Wow. And so when I hear stories of success like that, like that's a win. That's a small win. Yeah. But this woman, I'm going to tell you right now, she's going to do great in her platform because she ain't scared. Yeah. She's very forward and very knowledgeable and strategic because she's an attorney. Yeah. So she's going to blow it up, man. And, awesome. She really, she's the one that does push back on me the most. And I'm just saying, hey, listen, you can push back on me, But in 2 months, you're going to tell me, you know what, you were right.
Take it or leave
And
it.
she's killing it, man. So I'm proud of those two people.
Amazing.
You know, I do believe both of them are going to be successful in this space because they're grinders and they understand sacrifice.
Nice. Yeah, we have. I've had a couple consultants or a couple like people I look up to that said you got to build your brand.
Yeah.
And I started learning that from you, that you give so much free knowledge, right? And this today too.
Yeah, man.
It's such a, you touched on two things with both of them is that willingness to go do something different, to be coachable, to put yourself aside and go, I'm not really comfortable doing this, or this could hurt my practice, my image, my whatever. And I have to be vulnerable to hear the comments and to hear the people going, that podcast wasn't that great. Your story's not that great. And the negativity, and being ready to take on those darts is what gets people to that next level a lot of times.
I'm
So it's
starting to take
amazing.
darts on YouTube, dude.
I believe it.
It's one person told me on the Jay Leno show, I was like, I love Jay Leno, but this host needs to shut the F up. I'm like, wait, nice cat picture in your profile. Like, what are you talking about? But like,
Crazy.
my show's very conversational. It's not, it's like this. It's conversational.
Yeah.
It's really, I want to be talking to these people. And,
Yep.
you know, people can say what they want. And for everybody listening, that people can say what they want about you. But here's the fact of the matter. When I interview these high level people and they start DM, like, here's my cell number.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, I'm doing something right. You know,
Exactly.
like that's part of it, right? You want to be connected with that influence, that sphere, because it just makes you better. And then you can A/B test, like, hey, this person didn't connect with me, you know, the way I wanted him to, like, or I wanted her to. Maybe it just wasn't an energetic fit. Maybe it just wasn't meant to be. But, you know, the fact of the matter is, man, you gotta be real with everything. But yeah, you're gonna take some darts, dude. Like,
So true.
they
Got to
hurt.
grind through it.
Yeah, they do.
What sport did you coach? Or what?
I was a baseball coach.
Baseball.
Yeah, I still coach my son, and you know,
Nice.
I did some time at Canterbury School of Fort Myers,
Okay.
and I really would like to go back. I was really kicking myself last year because they won the state championship, and you know, JT Huther is pretty much my nephew. Like, I'm so close with his dad and his mom, you know, JD and Amber, and that whole family that we're all very close with. I didn't get to be on the field with him when he won that state championship. And so that sucks. But at the same time, I have all these intentions of going back, but something always takes precedence. Like, I can't take away from the family to fulfill this fun vibe. And yeah, I influence kids, but they still call me coach. They still reach out to me.
Yep.
I help them with their mindset. So, you know, like, that's part of it. But yeah, I was a baseball coach.
That we're so similar in that, because I coached 15 years. I coached 7 years at First Baptist Academy, 7 years at Community School in Naples.
That's a nice place.
And then 1 year
dude.
at Florida Gulf Coast, a year and a half at Florida Gulf Coast University. I was their first football head coach for club football.
Oh, wow.
And as soon as we had kids, I was like, man, this is 60 hours a week for nothing. And my son, I haven't thrown the football with my son. I've thrown the football with like 80 guys this week. And I was like, this is enough. But the first Friday Night Lights and the first state championship, I'm like, man, I should have been out there with them. But
it's hard.
I still see them in Cheesecake Factory or wherever, and they're serving and the coach and hugging me, crying.
So awesome,
from
dude.
Middle school days.
That's great, man.
And it helped this business kind of mindset too, because I love tying in sports. That's kind of my pivot. I wanted to see what sports, so I could pick your brain on the go to baseball. That would be easy.
Oh yeah. What do you think? What do you think my answer is?
The goat of baseball. Man, I don't even know. I mean,
I was born in '78, so that kind of gives you.
Okay.
Because you got to know the generation, right? I know.
Yeah.
I'm almost 47,
Hope it's not
dude.
the Braves. Hope it's not anyone the Braves.
It's not.
The '80s were okay. And not the Yankees.
No.
What position did you play? Or you?
I was a catcher.
Catcher. Okay. Mike Piazza.
Like, I can swing it. Couldn't catch a
Stud.
cold, bro. Couldn't catch a cold. My go to baseball is Barry Bonds.
Okay.
Without a doubt. You know, people can say, you know, it was the steroids or the whatever it was. Like, first of all, it was legal back then.
Yeah.
Second of all, he never tested positive. Third of all, it doesn't increase bat to ball ratio. And okay, so he's hitting balls 500 feet.
Still got to hit him.
Without performance enhancing drugs, allegedly. He still would have hit the ball 450 feet. Like, it's not the Pangea, the cure-all to everything.
No.
It is, does it give you a leg up on recovery? Absolutely. You know, potentially, you know, thwart some injuries. But when you talk about a dude that could actually hit the baseball like no. I mean, you have Tony Gwynn too, who was just wow. But like Barry Bonds just had a different perspective. I saw a clip of him very recently. Said, most people when they hit, they try to beat everybody. It's me versus the infielders. It's me versus the outfielders. To me, it was me and the guy 60 feet, 6 inches away. And if I can make contact in play, I won.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't trying to hit the ball to right field. I wasn't trying to hit the ball up the middle, which, is honestly like contrary to what all coaches teach. But I mean, it's Barry Bonds. He's the GOAT. Yeah. So he's like, if I just hit the baseball in fair territory, I already won. And you can say you got me out. No, you didn't. The outfielder did.
I love it.
The outfielder did. And that dude, man, I'm going to tell you, dude.
It's crazy. We could talk forever on it. I played baseball, played more football, but I'm fascinated with the shot clock, pitching now. I'm fascinated with the checking of the gloves for anything that helps you grip.
Yep.
I mean, the changes are somewhat better for watching baseball, I guess, but completely different. Now we're comparing people from the 80s and 90s to the pitchers today and what Paul Skeens is doing. And I'm like,
dude.
Glavine, I mean, this is a wholly different sport, a totally different sport. There's no timeout. You can't throw it over more than once. You can't take a break.
I hate the rule changes, Kevin. You're triggering me right now, dude. I hate it. Not you specifically, but just the changes. Like some things I feel should be constant.
Yeah.
Shot clock and really a pitch clock, shot clock. What are we doing here? But everybody says, the casual fan that is really mad at me right now, you don't understand baseball. Just kidding, but not kidding. You look at this. I want it to be entertaining. I want it to be more exciting. I want quickness because I don't have an attention span.
Money, yeah.
And so when you implement all these things, you're controlling the game. You're controlling the flow of the game. Part of the fun is watching like a Gary Sheffield calling timeout, backing out of the box when Pedro Martinez is pitching, and now there's one at his head. That's baseball.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? But we don't have that anymore. And, so I don't like the changes. I think they're ridiculous. If you want to be entertained, then go watch Savannah Bananas. And listen, I have friends that play like in that circuit. The dancing umpire is my good friend.
I love it.
Vincent, I love that dude. Like when he comes in town, we have dinner with my family.
Nice.
Amazing dude. He'll start twerking in the middle of Cantina Laredo, dude. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? He gets involved in happy birthday celebrations, gets on chairs. I'm like, Vincent, sit down. But that's not baseball.
Yeah,
it's not baseball. It's really not. You're comparing two different things.
Yep.
You can see that I get fired up when I talk about this. I can talk about it all day long. If you need to be entertained and you need the Savannah type, viewing experience, then you're not a baseball fan. Yeah. You want to be entertained. That's different, and I respect it. But don't compare the two.
Yeah. No, it's good, and that I want to see when this. I think it's second or third year these major changes have happened.
Yeah.
Right? I'd like to see the guys that were there at the beginning, like Verlander's still doing it. A couple of these guys that have been dominant at their position, and it goes into the goated mentality for me. It's like these are pivotal, and I've come across athletes that I went to the Savannah Bananas. We're making putters for them. I was like, this is the future. When I was sitting there watching it, and I'm like, what am I talking about? Amazing structure.
It's great.
Amazing commitment to fans and everything else, and they're going to be okay. They're going to be good for a while.
Absolutely.
But I was like, man, imagine the pitchers that had to adjust and how many people would have just quit and said, I'm 38. I have to pitch every 13 seconds now or 15 seconds. It's the GOATs that are going to survive that. And if there's some guys that roll through the playoffs this year, a third year in, adjusting their whole thing. You train from 6 years old, some of these guys pitching or throwing the ball to 37, and the rules change randomly. That could defeat people. That could ruin
it could ruin an arm.
An arm, yeah, ruin a career.
And that's the thing that I respect most about athletes nowadays and the technology of training. You're able to train to make that transition to be able to pitch every 13 seconds now when you had like infinite time to do it to kind of take a breather. So there's something to be said about longevity there. There's something to be said about stamina, which I do enjoy. But yeah, man, to your point, the Savannah Bananas, they're great. I'm not here to slam Jesse and what he's done. I think there's a market for it. And the thing that I love best about that organization and then their affiliates, and they even have glow in the dark baseball now. My buddy Austin Schultz plays there. Nice. My buddy Corey G plays there. I love it because it gives people the opportunity to still do the thing that they love at another level and
Yeah.
get paid to do it and travel and have that experience.
Yeah.
And then also it helps them financially too, because they get good brand
Great
deals
Joe's
and,
brands, yeah.
you know, Instagram loves, you know, Coach Rack doing backflips and catching the ball. I mean, I couldn't do it. I'd die.
Yeah.
So there's a talent there, but yeah, man, I digress.
I love it. How about in basketball? You watch golf? I always like basketball, football, and golf.
So GOAT in basketball is Michael Jordan.
Love it.
You know, there's a lot of people that say you can't call him the GOAT because of who he is as a person. I don't know him. I only know what I hear. So I would,
sinners.
yeah, exactly, man. So I would say he's the GOAT. You know, the greatest of all time, basketball wise. I mean, two three-peats? Come on, man.
It's all defense, all offense, all defense team.
Incredible, dude. But I will say, you know, a very close second for me is Kobe Bryant.
Okay.
I wish when that death still hits me hard.
Yeah.
Because I didn't enjoy him enough when he was alive and doing his thing, because everybody compared him to Michael, and I took that personally. Michael was part of my childhood.
Yeah.
You know, just growing up and being a Bulls fan in California, like what? Everybody was a Bulls fan then.
Yep.
So that's how you gauge greatness, is like you got people in the East Bay in California loving the Bulls, wearing their parkas
against their.
Come on, I mean, there's Golden State. They were bad back then, but golf. I mean, Tiger Woods. I mean, you can argue he doesn't have many major wins, but like what he's done.
Yeah.
I mean, like, dude, like I don't think there's any.
The span.
Yeah,
I agree. Agree with both of them.
Man.
2 for 2.
Yeah.
I got to brush up.
What about Bonds?
Baseball.
What did you think about what's
I
your
like
baseball
that.
go?
I have a towel I'll give you today that we made Barry Bonds, celebrating him. My baseball, I'm Miami everything, so my baseball goat, there's so many. I'd have to say Gary Sheffield's a buddy of mine, so I loved Gary Sheffield.
I love Gary Sheffield, dude.
And we golf together.
It's funny how I mentioned him.
I know,
but you know the clip I'm talking about, right? It's been going viral lately.
And then he throws it at his head.
Yeah.
He's a stud. And he battled with adversity and
such a good ball player, dude.
Those time frames. I love the home run hitter chasing. I used to love Mark McGwire.
Oh man, that was so fun,
was
dude.
a blast to watch.
Oh, him and Sammy Sosa. I remember where I was when that line drive home run was hit, when he like missed the base and it was a line drive. Like that's your 60-second.
Yeah. It was Hollywood. What him and Sammy were doing was like tears while you're watching baseball, his kids, his dad. It was awesome.
Well, baseball for a long time after that strike suffered.
True.
And that brought it back.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
then when Barry came around and did it on another level, it's just like
stud. Yeah, and you're in the Cali area, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I was Miami my whole life, so New York and Cali were like last to me. Like, I couldn't support the Knicks. Hated the Knicks.
Come on.
I hated. I went to San Diego though, and it pivoted my love for California. I went to the Super Bowl with Elway and Elway and Brett Favre. I was like 7 or 8, and I'm like, this place is beautiful.
Dude, California is like the greatest resource in the United States of America, and it's been destroyed. I love my home state. Wouldn't live there. Yeah. Good job, buddy. I wouldn't move back there.
Yeah.
But that is a special state. That is a beautiful, beautiful area, man.
Yep. How about football?
This one's hard for me, because you have so many great players, right? But I think the people go straight to Tom Brady, and he is the greatest quarterback of all time. Yeah. But I have a conflict there, and it took me forever to acknowledge it, because I grew up in the San Francisco Bay. I was a Joe Montana guy. So Joe Montana did it without all the training, without all the nutritionists, without all the technology, without all the things in his helmet, without all the greatest players. I mean, he had some great teams, but it was like that guy to me, like my GOAT is Joe Montana.
Nice.
Everybody else's GOAT, and I get it. I'm not refuting it.
Yeah.
I will say Tom Brady, absolutely. But me personally, I'm like, dude, Joe Montana.
That's awesome.
And then how do you forget Jerry Rice? You got to collab with him, dude. With that drink.
So it's not public knowledge yet, but he's got the goat fuel.
Oh shoot!
And it's a month. It's 2 months away.
Good, man.
I'll get you one. They're already in the shop. I'll show
you.
Love
it.
You'll see them before everyone else.
Come on, man.
I like that a lot.
Suck one down today,
Montana,
dude. Drink that.
That coast. Well, I love the Curry. Man, the Curry run they made too.
Man.
Basketball.
Exciting.
That was Hollywood too.
Yeah.
Watch those games. It's like a movie. So you answered business. So how about I was going to ask you, Bo Jackson, that realm. I was born in '88, so I didn't get to see fully, and I just got to meet him and play golf with him, and it wasn't the best experience. I'll tell you. Hopefully, he's not watching. But
What does he mean?
He's just weird. He's just,
okay,
and I get it because it's not weird, but it was just like you could tell he's just been through it, and everyone wants something, and I just want to hang out. I'm like, I could care less what you did. But he was rude to our staff and other.
That's not
just
cool.
Because it's like there's a ton of people, whatever. Yeah. But I started to look through. I mean, I knew just an absolute beast, and dominating both the hardest sports to play. And I had to ask you because you're baseball coach. I mean, it's not easy. So last night I made a statement. Who was I talking about? Adam Thielen. I had a draft party last night with my buddies, and we golfed with Adam Thielen at Lake Nona, and I'm like, he's a golfer, so he's an athlete. A joke, right? I'm like, well, I would say he's an athlete because he's a wide receiver in the NFL. And I was like, yeah, but not everyone can do two sports.
I can't golf.
Go dominate. Yeah, it's not easy.
Do you know the one time I tried to golf? I ended up, it was years ago when I was coaching. We go up to the FACA convention in Daytona, and me and my boys would cut loose for like 3 days. It was like a bachelor party for 3 days. I love that time of year. Yeah. That stuff like scares me, the thought of it now. But the first morning that we were there, we show up one night, we go out. There's always a DJ at Wing House. We eat a bunch of chicken wings and go out and do some other stupid stuff. Yep. But then the next morning we go golfing, and this time I'm like, fine, I'll go with you. The first drive that I tried, first hole, obviously, and I swung and missed like 1,000 times because I was trying to swing it like a baseball bat.
Kill it, yeah.
And they're making fun of me. And the next one I hit, I'm like, dude, look at that thing, man. Where is it? and I thought I smoked it. Bro, I hit it into the earth. Oh, it was like literally stuck, right off the tee inside of the grass, of the green, right there at the putting, at the box. I was like, I'm done. Yeah. I'll drive the cart.
Respect.
Yeah. I'm done. Like, I hate this sport. I've never tried it again.
And it's on a tee, so a baseball player, you got it. It's like, this is the easiest.
We actually went to Top Golf about 2 years ago. Okay. And I'm like, yeah, dude, it'll be fine. I'll go. It's me and my wife and our friends, Marcy and Shane. Everybody outperformed me. No.
Kids.
No. It was a double date. The Marcy and my wife and Shane crushed me, and I'm sitting there like, how am I this former Division I athlete and I can't even hit a golf ball?
Off a tee.
Bro, it was
terrible. Things moving and coming at you.
All day long. All day long. But that stationary object, I can't do it, man.
It's a different level. I mean, that's where I bring up, or I watch these guys that are good, like Austin Reeves. We saw stud guard for the Lakers, good at golf, and Jake Moody too, kicker. I'm like, it fascinates me. Like, obviously, God created us all wonderfully made.
Sure.
But when you can do, and the variables in sports are not usually very similar. Basketball skill sets are very different than baseball, very different than, but you can do both. And Michael Jordan, gifted beyond, but a grinder, a hustler, but he struggled a little bit in baseball. It wasn't the best fit for him. Could still outperform most humans, but I had to ask about that. Did you get to watch Bo Jackson or?
Oh, so Bo Jackson.
Heisman Trophy, right, at Auburn.
Yeah, so Bo Jackson, the interesting thing about Bo Jackson is probably one of the greatest athletes of all time, and had the opportunity to probably be one of the best statistical baseball players and football players of all time. Injuries. The hip just got hurt. I mean, that dude was probably the best athlete I've ever seen. To this day. I can't think of, Deion Sanders was a great athlete too, don't get me wrong. He did it too.
Yeah, he did.
But
no.
Bo Jackson was a dude, man. He was a dude.
Yeah, that I wish. So we're getting better with obviously AI and repurposing videos from back in the day. And as people ask me on every podcast I'll join, or who's the GOAT, and I'm like, I got to brush up on this stuff because there's some disrespect there if you don't mention Bo Jackson. Yeah, he's one of our 2026 we celebrate a GOAT every month. So he's after I started to do some research, and I knew he was a stud, but you start to respect that.
Bro.
The last thing I wanted to ask you is kind of what's something for the listeners that I'd say that are in a rut right now, that are working a 9-to-5 in something they don't like, or are looking for a job, and in that valley that we we kind of talk about, are in a storm, what would you say to them on the toughness side, or what would you say the next step is?
I would say the next step is like, what's the one thing? What's the one thing that is holding you hostage? Right? Because typically that one thing is the reason you can't move forward and stick to something. You become somebody that can't keep their word, right? For me, it was my body, it was my weight. Once I got out of that prison, everything opened up for me. My show changed, my influence changed, everything changed. It was almost like I was more well respected, not because of the way I looked. I'm still not perfect, right? But what people respected about me was my discipline. They could tell right away, that's a man that keeps his word to himself. So, for the listeners out there, what's the one thing holding you back? Identify it, write it down. And then also start thinking about, what is the risk? If I don't change this now and I don't change my identity, what am I going to be in a year? Is it for the good or for the bad? It's probably going to be bad. But like, what if I do change this? What if I do become somebody that's disciplined? What if I do identify my one thing? What if I do start tracking? What if I do focus on my small wins and not try to conquer everything immediately? Then you do it over and over and over again for at least 21 days. And now you're starting to rewire your identity. And once you accept that new identity by not saying, I am trying to eat more healthy, I am trying to be a better father or a better husband, say, I am someone who fuels my body with respect. I am a great husband. I am a great father. I do keep my promise to myself. You start showing up differently. So, a lot of people will say, how does that apply to me with my side hustle or getting out of the 9 to 5? It's very simple. When you become the man or woman you are meant to be, things just show up. And it's not magic. It is called the universal law. It is God. I believe he and the universe are the same. So when I talk about the universe, I'm talking about Christ. I'm talking about God.
Yeah.
And I just think that, that one thing can change your whole life. So start becoming the person you are meant to be, and things will start to fall into place.
Love it. That's amazing. If you didn't rewind, if you didn't rewind that and listen again, you're out of your mind. I'll ask you this, a follow-up too. I've, on my journey, the last couple of years with some things that are working out for the first time, right? Or not for the first time, but we're working out really well, our businesses. I've realized that we're also taught in these mentality, or in the coaching space and the motivational speaker space, there's a lot of talk about yourself and you and mentality and think. I would like, and you do a great job of it, I would like to follow up with, how important is it to, with the purpose, remove yourself from the most important thing in the world, right? And a lot of things you talk about is like, it's undercover and it's intertwined, but you'll have way more joy, and from what I've experienced around the top athletes, around the top business performers, if it's not all about you, right? It's so easy in this world for even kids. You've seen as a coach, these schools have counselors, and you heard the Rogan probably doctor he had on, and like, stop sitting on couches and talking about yourself. Stop sitting in a chair and talking about yourself. It's not about you. The more you make it about you, the more you're going to go, I don't have a car, I don't throw 95, it's not about you, right? If you put others first, you put your team first, and you make choices to better people around you, it's even easier to get out of that rut, right? It's even easier because the rut that you think you're in is because you're focused on yourself, right? You think, oh, poor me, or I don't have this, and I don't really like this job. Man. Yeah. So I love it. And the follow-up I didn't even get to say is like, what have you seen on team building and being others focused, and is it necessary?
Well, I mean, whether you're a team or building something solo, I do believe that the purpose needs to be other people. When you focus on others and become a service, what are we put here? We're put here to serve.
Yeah.
That is an okay thing to really accept. It's like the moment I shifted out of building the revenue streams for my family and myself so I can have all these things, and I started focusing on the conversations and making the show the best it could possibly be. And guess what? We're nowhere near as good as we're going to be. Yep. I have to get better.
Yeah.
I have to. But it's not because I want to be a certain level. Yeah, is all that stuff great? But I become that if I focus on others first.
Yeah.
And when you can really focus on the service level aspect of what you're doing, it removes the emotion right? Of the rejection, of the darts you're taking on socials and YouTube and all that kind of stuff. And focusing on others is where it's at, is really truly where it's at. And if you can do that and people actually believe it because they can pick up on your energy and know that you really care more about people than you, like whether you're a team or solo, that changes everything, even within your own organization.
Yeah.
Even in your own company.
Yeah, your home.
Yes, I care. I truly care.
So good. And that's you hit on the head. I'm just realizing now too is the people that succeed with products. You go make a product that changes other people's lives. That solves a problem, right? The old adage of the advice from successful business owner. It's about people. When you look at, hey, how's this going to get me? I'm going to create a product, but how's it going to get me to a Ferrari as fast as possible? Those businesses don't succeed, right? How am I going to solve a problem? How am I going to create? And then same thing I've seen in our homes. We're dads. As soon as I wake up and think, oh, I got to get to this podcast. I don't care what you dreamt about, what you drew this morning for me. This is the most important. As soon as that stopped for me, everything got a lot better.
Yeah, amazing, isn't it?
It's crazy.
Yeah,
and it's that business and the business too. The business is not something that I created or that we create and wake up every day to sell something or to give. It's to encourage the go-to mentality, to encourage people to make good choices, to make the circle of influence tighter. Yeah. And get up and go and not worry about, and you hit the other great thing you said is you don't care about the comments when it's for others. When it's about me, it's really hard.
Yeah.
When the podcast, when the show, when the business is about me and you just bash me on Instagram and I don't even know your username, it's the worst thing in the world.
It's hard,
all
man.
About me.
It's hard. You take it personally. So, and to edify you guys really quickly, you touched on something. It's about the mission. Like wearing the goated brand means something. Yeah. It's not about the word goat. It's about who are you becoming? Who are you? And yes, it's nice to tie in some of the high level people like the Jerry Rices, the Bo Jacksons, etc. But when people buy into your mission and they know it's service based, putting on that polo on the golf course means something completely different. It symbolizes how great can I be today for my family, for my community, and hey, if I play great on this golf course, great. But it's about much more than that.
Exactly. That's awesome. Well, I love it. This was a blessing to me. Hopefully, it's a blessing to you all. Where can everyone find you?
Yes.
It's pretty easy.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know about that easy,
Quick
but
search.
I appreciate it. So the Determined Society on Spotify and Apple, 2 social media pages. Oh, the Determined Society on YouTube as well, but at the Shawn French, SHAWN is my personal page. And then we also have at the Determined Society on Instagram. And if I may, we're going to be doing I'm building a community right now. Nice. It's free to hop in. We're going to do a 21-day, we're going to do a determination summit, and then we're going to gamify the experience, service level stuff for the people in the community. And that's going to be at the end of October. So that's going to be fun, man.
How do they see notifications when that's available?
I'm going to start posting it on socials. I'm sure there'll be a link on my website, but I'll be running a full campaign. There'll be no way, for people who are supposed to find it won't find it.
I love it. Well, it's a blessing again.
Thank you, man.
Everyone,
Same.
Take a listen to this again. Follow Shawn. Amazing. It's already changed my life the last 48 hours watching videos with my wife last night preparing for this.
It's wild, man.
And it's been awesome. And if you can go out and do that in whatever you do with work, employees, your circle around you, that you can be an impact, I'd encourage you to do that. It's going to make the world a better place. It's going to make you feel better in the morning. It's going to make you more excited to get up and go. Grateful for you. I love what you do. I'll be praying that it continues to boom and grows even more. And we'll have to have you on again.
Kevin, thank you, brother. Appreciate you, dog.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Stay goated, everybody.